You've been asking for a map, but I am offering you my hand instead. If you keep looking for a dramatic sign, you will walk right past the quiet guidance I am giving you right now. Today you will learn the 3 ways I speak when the world is too loud. My beloved, I know you have stood between choices with a heart full of questions. I know what it feels like to be pulled in 3 directions at once. You want clarity, you want certainty, you want one answer so unmistakable that your fear finally goes silent. But stay with me, because what you are feeling is real and it is not the whole story. Before this message ends, I will show you why you have been missing my guidance, how my direction feels different from fear, and what to do today to recognize my fingerprints in ordinary moments. Do not leave this word yet. The answer you have been asking for may already be near. Type 1 aim listen if you are ready to stop chasing noise and start noticing my nearness. Do not type it because you feel fully clear already. Type it because you are willing to open your heart again. You have been more tired than people realize. Not only tired in your body, tired in your thoughts, tired from weighing options, tired from replaying conversations, tired from trying to make one perfect decision so nothing falls apart later. You have asked me for a sign, then asked again, then wondered why heaven feels quiet. I saw the moment your confidence began slipping. I saw how uncertainty started making you doubt yourself. You used to move with more freedom. Now even small decisions feel heavy. You question what you feel. You question what you heard. You question whether you are being led or just hoping. That inner hesitation has worn you down. Some of you are afraid of making the wrong move. Some of you are afraid of staying where you are too long. Some of you are afraid you already missed the moment. And under all of that fear is a quieter ache. What if God is speaking and I just cannot hear him anymore? Listen carefully. That fear is hurt more than you admit. Because it is not only about direction, it is about connection. If you cannot recognize my voice, you begin to wonder whether you are still close to me at all. If guidance feels unclear, you start fearing abandonment. If the road feels dim, you assume I must be distant. But I am not distant. I am near in the dimness. I am near in the waiting. I am near in the questions you have not been able to settle. You did not lose my presence because you lost your sense of certainty. You are not spiritually defective because you need clarity. You are not forgotten because the next step is still unfolding. Stay with me here, because the first thing I need you to understand is this. You have been looking for drama, while I have been offering relationship. You have been wanting the full map. I have been offering the next step. You have been waiting for thunder. I have been speaking in quiet, repeatable ways that require closeness more than spectacle. This is where many miss me. You have been taught to expect the dramatic, a sudden sign, a perfect confirmation, a voice so loud it silences every question. I can speak that way when I choose. I can move in ways that leave no doubt, but often my guidance arrives more gently than your fear expects. I often speak softly before I move powerfully. That is not weakness, it is intimacy. A traveler does not need to see the end of the road, just the next step. If the lantern only lights a few feet ahead, that does not mean the traveler is abandoned. It means the traveler must keep walking with trust. The path unfolds through movement, not through total visibility. That is how I often guide you. I do not always give you the whole answer because I am not only leading you to a place, I am teaching you how to walk with me. If I gave you the entire map every time, you might take the route and forget the guide. But I want more than your arrival. I want your trust. I want your dependence. I want your heart to learn my pace. The drama trap is not always loud sin. Sometimes it is spiritual impatience. It says, if God is really speaking, it must feel bigger than this. It says, if I do not feel overwhelmed by certainty, then maybe nothing is happening. It says, if the answer comes through an ordinary moment, an inner peace or a quiet nudge, then it cannot really be God. That is not true. I often hide holy direction inside ordinary moments. A conversation that lingers in your thoughts. A quiet pause in your spirit. A door that closes before you force it. A recurring sense that something is off. A calm you cannot explain. A reluctance that protects you. A name that keeps returning to your mind. These are not always random. What quiet thought has been recurring in your heart lately? Pause and be honest. Has there been a place I keep drawing your attention? A person you need to call? A habit you need to release? A decision you need to stop delaying? A rest you need to receive? A door you need to stop pounding on? A quiet assignment you keep dismissing because it does not look impressive enough? Do not rush your answer. I am not asking to expose you. I am asking to awaken you. Guidance often begins where awareness becomes honest. You keep asking for more signs while overlooking the pattern already unfolding. I have not been absent. I have been patient. Type, show me if you want me to sharpen your awareness. Let it be your agreement that you are ready to notice what you have been brushing past. Now I want to show you the first way I speak when the world is too loud. I speak through peace, not shallow comfort, not avoidance, not passivity. I speak through a steadying peace that remains even when the step is hard. Fear screams, peace settles. Fear pushes, peace steadies. Fear pressures you to move quickly so you do not lose control. Peace lets you breathe, then act. This matters. Some of you think my guidance should always feel easy. That is not how it works. I may guide you into a difficult conversation. I may guide you to leave something familiar. I may guide you into obedience that stretches you. But beneath the stretching, there is a deeper steadiness. My direction does not have to remove all challenge. It gives you a centeredness within the challenge. Fear feels different. Fear creates urgency without clarity. It fills your body with pressure and your mind with worst-case outcomes. It makes you feel chased. It makes you imagine that one delayed step ruins everything. It makes you grasp, perform, and over-explain. My peace may invite you to move, but it will not humiliate you into obedience. It will not accuse you into motion. This is one reason you have felt so tired. You have been confusing pressure with direction. You assumed that the loudest feeling must be the truest one. But loud does not mean holy. Intense does not mean accurate. Some of what you called discernment was fear wearing spiritual language. I am healing that confusion. You are not meant to be led by panic. You are not meant to live as if every decision must be made under emotional threat. My guidance brings order back into your inner world. Even when I say wait, my peace can hold you. Even when I say go, my peace can steady you. Even when I say no, my peace can protect you from what your emotions still want. Now the second way I speak is through recurring nudges, a thought that returns with unusual steadiness, a sense that something deserves attention, a quiet invitation that keeps surfacing even after distraction. The world trains you to ignore the subtle. I train you to notice it. My beloved, I know you have stood between choices with a heart full of questions. You have asked me for a perfect sign, a loud answer, a guaranteed outcome. But guidance does not always arrive with thunder. Sometimes it arrives as a quiet understanding that grows slowly within your heart. I often speak softly before I move powerfully. I want you to look back at the moments when you felt a gentle nudge to wait, or a peaceful thought to turn left instead of right. Those were not accidents. That was my voice. The more time you spend in my presence, the easier it becomes to recognize me in the ordinary. That recurring nudge may not come with full explanation. It may feel small at first, but if it keeps returning with clarity, humility, and peace, pay attention. My voice often returns gently before it redirects strongly. I do not always shout first, I repeat. This is why stillness matters. Not because stillness makes you spiritual. Stillness makes you available. When your life is filled with constant noise, my guidance gets crowded out. Not because I stopped speaking, but because your attention became too fragmented to notice. Too much opinion, too much scrolling, too much urgency, too much inner rehearsing, and the whisper gets buried. If this word is strengthening you, stay connected to this channel and subscribe for the next messages, because I am building a steady listening life in you, not just giving you one moment of relief. Now I want to restore something in you before we go further. You have started doubting your ability to be led. You have called yourself confused, slow, disconnected, or spiritually dull. But I do not speak to you that way. My sheep know my voice. That does not mean they never hesitate. It means they belong close enough to learn my sound. You still belong. Even in your uncertainty, you still belong to me. Even in your questions, you are still mine. Even if you have misread moments before, that did not cancel my patience with you. I am not standing back, irritated that you need reassurance. I am teaching you. I am forming discernment. I am restoring trust between your heart and my leading. You are still chosen, even here. Do not let shame interpret your season. Shame says, if I were really close to God, I would not struggle like this. Shame says, a mature believer would know exactly what to do. Shame says, since I feel uncertain, I must be failing. That is not my voice. I do not build closeness through shame, I build it through invitation. So breathe again. Put your hand over your heart for a moment. Notice how much pressure you have been carrying around direction. Notice how tightly you have been bracing yourself. Then say quietly, Father, I do not need a perfect performance. I need your presence. Let those words settle. That is the shift. From performance to presence. From panic to companionship. From demanding the whole path to receiving the next step. Now I will show you the third way I speak when the world is too loud. I speak through redirection, closed doors, delays, holy discomfort, interruptions. Sometimes my guidance arrives by not allowing what would have cost you more than you knew. This is mercy. You have mourned some closed doors as if they were pure loss. But some of those doors were not punishment, they were protection. You kept trying to move through something that looked right from a distance, but I could see what it would do to your peace, your strength, your timing, or your calling. So I blocked it, not because I was against you, because I was guarding you. Redirection rarely feels kind in the moment. It feels confusing, sometimes humiliating, sometimes disappointing, sometimes like silence. But there is another part of this you have not seen yet. A closed door can be as much guidance as an open one. A delay can be as holy as acceleration. A no can shelter what a premature yes would have harmed. Do not miss this. You keep asking me to speak, but some of the clearest things I said came through what did not work. Through the opportunity that kept collapsing, through the relationship that would not settle, through the path that kept creating unrest, through the plan that would not hold together. I reveal the next step, not the whole journey. And sometimes I reveal it by removing the wrong one. If you have been grieving a closed door, type I trust your no. Let it be a small act of surrender, not because the loss did not hurt, but because you are beginning to believe my mercy may have been hidden inside that interruption. Now stay with me, because what comes next is practical. You do not only need comfort, you need a way to walk this out daily, so I am giving you the awareness workflow. This is how you scan your day for my fingerprints without turning life into superstition. The first step is pause. Before reacting, deciding, or spiraling, pause. Slow the pace. Breathe. Ask, Father, what are you drawing my attention to right now? Do not ask 10 questions. Ask one. Then become quiet enough to notice. Guidance rarely gets clearer through frantic speed. The second step is test. What you sense must be tested by peace, truth, and fruit. Does this thought draw you toward honesty, humility, courage, and peace? Or does it push you into fear, pressure, confusion, and self-protection? My guidance aligns with my character. I will not lead you through manipulation. I will not guide you by chaos. I do not contradict truth to make a shortcut feel spiritual. The third step is follow the next small step. Not the whole future, just the next clear act. Send the message. Wait another day. End the conversation. Apologize. Rest. Write it down. Seek wise counsel. Decline the opportunity. Open the Bible. Go for the walk. Turn off the noise. One next step is often enough to confirm the path. Pause. Test. Follow. This is simple on purpose, because guidance is not meant to become another burden. I am not trying to make you hyper-religious about every tiny moment. I am teaching you attentiveness. That is different. Attentiveness is calm. It is relational. It is awake without being anxious. Use this in the morning. Use it before a difficult call. Use it when fear begins narrating. Use it when you feel a recurring nudge. Use it when a door closes and you do not know how to interpret it. Use it when you want to force something just to feel movement again. I am moving now. Help is already near. And I want to say one more thing about ordinary moments. Some of you are waiting for my presence to feel dramatic before you trust it. But I am in the ordinary. I am in the quiet conviction not to send that text. I am in the gentle peace that meets you after surrender. I am in the hesitation that keeps you from rushing into harm. I am in the idea that returns while you wash dishes. I am in the stillness that comes after prayer. I am in the unexpected conversation that answers something you did not know how to ask. Open your eyes, not with suspicion, with reverence. Your day is more full of my care than you realize. You thought guidance would remove all mystery. Sometimes it simply gives enough light to keep walking, and that is enough. The season you are in is not wasted. Even this uncertainty is training you. It is teaching you to recognize peace. It is teaching you to notice the nudge. It is teaching you to honor redirection. It is teaching you to walk with the guide instead of worshiping the map. One day, you will look back and see that what felt like confusion was also formation. You will recognize how many times I protected you. You will see how often I steadied you before you even knew what you were facing. You will remember the small pauses that changed your direction, the quiet refusals that preserved your peace, the delayed yes that saved you from harm, the closed door that made room for a better one. And then you will carry this discernment into other people's darkness. Your season will become someone else's reassurance. You will be able to say, I know what it feels like to ask God for a map and receive only the next step. I know what it is to miss the whisper at first and then learn its sound. I know what it is to be redirected and later call it mercy. That will become testimony. Before we close, I want to pray this into your spirit. My child, I quiet the noise around your heart. I loosen the grip of panic. I soften the pressure that has made every decision feel dangerous. I sharpen your inner awareness. I restore your trust in my nearness. I teach you how my peace feels. I make the recurring nudge recognizable. I help you interpret redirection as mercy and not abandonment. You are not walking alone through the dark. My hand is already extended. Type open my ACEs if you receive this word. Let it be your declaration that you are no longer demanding the whole map before you move. And stay near, because the next message will speak to a specific fear many of you still carry: how to tell the difference between my peace and your avoidance. I will show you how to discern whether you are being led to wait or whether fear is disguising itself as wisdom. That next layer matters. For now, hear this final promise. You do not need to know everything to be guided well. You do not need dramatic signs to be deeply led. You do not need the full road to take the next step. I already sent the sign you are asking for. I sent my peace. I sent the nudge. I sent the redirection. I sent my hand. Take it. Walk with me. The lantern does not need to light the whole path tonight. It only needs to show the next few steps. And I will be with you in every one of them.